Full time from St James's Park in my match review. You're watching Toon TV. It's finished. Newcastle United 3, Southampton 2. I've got a massive smile on my face. I'm in a good mood. It's 3 points. It's a massive 3 points given the circumstances. Newcastle now go 11 points clear of 18th place Fulham, clear of the relegation zone. That's before Fulham kick off against West Ham. A lot could change, but it's a massive cushion given the circumstances before the game. Southampton were there for the taking. We dropped silly points against Crystal Palace, but today was better for at least 45 minutes. It was a game of two halves. We scored through Joe Willock on his debut. We then doubled it through Almiron. You could argue that it was a Bednarek own goal, and then it wasn't without making things difficult for ourselves. We allowed Southampton back into the game. A bit of sloppy defending from the right-hand side, and then Southampton score through Millamino to make it 2-1. And then McCarthy, the Southampton keeper, made a mistake. He was trying to clear his lines, trying to pass it to his centre-back. He got dispossessed by Almiron, and he slots calmly to give us a 3-1 lead at half-time. However, it wasn't without losing two of our better players, and they were Callum Wilson and Javier Manquillo. I hope they're okay. I wish them a speedy recovery, especially Callum Wilson, because we need forward options. He's the best that we've got in terms, of finishing chances and to score goals. We had Joe Linton playing for a large part of that game, and he doesn't really do much. He's non-existent, and you can see why Wilson could be a big miss. I hope he's available for Chelsea, but maybe that's wishful thinking. And of course with Manquillo, because we haven't got many centre-backs to choose from. Now, Hendrick was given a daft yellow card, and that was basically what was to come in the second half. Rather than Newcastle go on and dominate the game, we go in with a 3-1 lead. The game changes very quickly. Shelby could have made it 4-2 from counter-attack if he scored with his right foot rather than his left and didn't put it wide. 4-2, I think it's game over. But no, Southampton get back into the game with Ward-Prowse, a very good free kick. It's 3-2, game on. And Jeff Hendrick has also given his marching orders. He's sent off for something he shouldn't really be doing, is grabbing his opponent. That was Millamino. He wasn't going anywhere. And yeah, it's daft. And for me, if I was Steve Bruce, I would have taken off Jeff Hendrick at half-time and made that sub. And then Southampton were just dominating. They hit the post. They had a ball in the back of the net. Darlow had to make some saves. So we did get, quite fortunate in the game for large periods of it. We then went down to 9 men when we lost Fabian Schär to, you could say it was a bad challenge inside the penalty box when we got given a free kick. He had to be taken off on a stretcher. It looks like he could be out for a while. Fingers crossed it's nothing serious, but you think with that last sort of 15, 20 minutes, can we hold on? Can we see out the 3 points? We can't afford to drop any more points at home. And to a man, the lads were professional. Bodies on the line. And talking of bodies on the line, we had to clear one off the line. But Southampton were coming in their droves. They had a lot of possession that second half. It was wave after wave of Southampton pressure. And at one point I was thinking it's going to be 3-3. It's only a matter of time. And on the chances created for Southampton, they could have actually nicked that game 4-3. They could have been given the 3 points. But I'm glad that it's worked in our favour in that we've managed to see out the game. Steve Bruce there did take off ASM halfway through that second half, which was the right thing to do. Just give him, a good hour, 65 minutes, and then we had to go defensive, unfortunately. Given the fact we started off with a 4-3-3 formation, with Jeff Hendrick going off, that daft challenge, it's ultimately cost us. From a game where we could have actually won 4-5-6, with the chances we had first half, no, we had to defend second half. And that's Southampton's credit, for how bad they played against Manchester United. They really reacted, and on another day they could have got something. And we've done it. He's not going to drive you up the pitch. He's going to keep things tight. And we know what Steve Bruce is like, as a manager. Now, I'll run through the game on what I recorded for my notes. So the team was a 4-3-3. So in goal, Carl Darlow. The back four was Javier Manquillo, Hayden, Shaw and Jamal Lewis. Now, Kieran Clark's wife's in labour, so Hayden was drafted at centre-back. He plays quite well there, to be fair. And then in the centre of midfield was Shelby, Hendrick, Willock, Almiron, ASM and Wilson up front. So first 7 minutes in, we had the best chance through Callum Wilson. He gets put through, he is offside. He does put the ball in the back of the net, but that's what's to come. Very good start by the Toon. That's what I was expecting. We need to get at Southampton. We can't afford to make any daft mistakes like we did against Crystal Palace. And then on 16 minutes, Southampton were caught cold, and Joe Willock scores his first goal in a Newcastle shirt. He's done more than Joe Linton's done, and he's only been at the club 5 minutes. And it was a good assist by Alan St-Maximin on our left-hand side. He basically picks up the ball inside the box, he squares it across to an unmarked Willock, and he puts it beyond McCarthy into the bottom right-hand corner. Great finish, and it's a good start for the Toon, and it's great to see Joe Willock on the score sheet for the very first time as well, and he loved that goal, and long may that continue, because we're going to need goals from that centre of midfield. We're going to need goals in general to push us further clear of that relegation zone. Now, Danny Ings was put through by Che Adams, and it's a good save by Carl Darlow. We got caught napping. We couldn't afford to do that this early in the game, and Newcastle do what we always do. When we go 1-0 up, we don't make it easy for ourselves. And then Manquillo was taken off through an injury, and Kraft was on, and I wasn't looking forward to the substitution because we know what Kraft does. He makes too many mistakes. He's caught ball watching, and he puts in daft challenges now, and it was what was to come in the game. He didn't have his best afternoon in a black and white shirt. Now 25 minutes in, Newcastle double our lead through I put down Jan Bednarek, but it was an Almiron goal. That's what was confirmed on BBC and Sky. That will be Almiron's third goal of the season then. Newcastle, we need that 2-goal advantage just to give that buffer to go on and kill Southampton off, but obviously that wasn't to be. A good bit of work by ASM again to feed Almiron on the ball, and he puts it beyond McCarthy. 2-0, good finish, and we move. But then Newcastle, we shoot ourselves in the foot. It's come down Southampton's left-hand side or right-hand side. Redmond picks up the ball, and he's allowed to feed the ball into Minamino. He's unmarked. Someone's got to get close to him, and he sort of loses his balance as he tries to go for the ball, but he manages to get control of it, and he fires into the top left-hand corner. 2-1, game on, and it wouldn't be Newcastle without making mistakes. And to be fair to Minamino, it's a good finish, but we should have defended that a lot better. The defenders could have done a lot more with that. And it gets worse for Newcastle. We'll lose Javier Manquillo, and now we're losing Callum Wilson. He goes down, and he has to go off for Joe Linton. And like I say, I wish him a speedy recovery. I hope he's okay and he's available for Chelsea. If not, we wish him back very, very quickly, because we're going to need him. He's the best of what we've got. And talking to Joe Linton, he didn't offer too much in the game either. Now, Joe Willock tests McCarthy, and it's a good save by the Southampton goalkeeper, but the young lad is looking lively all the time, and it's what we've needed. It's what we've been crying out for. Someone who's just going to grab the game by the scruff of the neck, get the ball and work the goalkeeper. And to be fair, for a debut, he was absolutely fantastic this afternoon. And then Southampton make a massive mistake through McCarthy. It was just going towards half time, willing to accept the 2-1 advantage. McCarthy, I don't know what he's trying to do. He's trying to sort of sideways pass it to his centre back, and the centre back's completely missed it. Almiron has nipped the ball off the defender, and he's in basically, and he shoots from outside the box. McCarthy tries to get back. He tries to dive to save it, but unfortunately Almiron has too much for him, and he puts it into the bottom right-hand corner. 3-1 to the Toon. You're like, get in there. A 2-goal advantage. Can we build in it second half? But unfortunately, it wasn't to be. And with Hendrick obviously getting that red card, we were so deep, for a large period of that second half. And I just don't know how we've come away with the 3 points. Only the lads will know that. But I mentioned John Joe Shelby. He had a big chance at the Gallagher, with a chance from inside the box, and for me, he's got to put that on his right foot, and if he does, he puts it beyond McCarthy. It's 4-2, but no, Southampton get off lightly, and Southampton get back into the game through a Ward-Prowse free kick. It's a fantastic free kick. I take nothing away from him. We know how good he is, from set pieces, and he puts it right into the top left-hand corner. Darlow, no chance. He's going for it, but he's not getting that in a million years. 3-2, game on to Southampton, and the rest of the second half was all Southampton. Vestergaard was denied by Carl Darlow from close range, and Danny Ings also hits the post, and it bounces out. Darlow claims the ball. He's smiling because he knows that we've got off lightly. And Fabian Schär, as I mentioned, he had to go off with an injury. He had to be stretchered off because of what happened with a free kick that we obviously missed. Southampton were obviously offside through Che Adams. He does put the ball in the back of the net, but somehow we're just living dangerously. Steve Bruce brings on Paul Dummett for ESM just to try and see the game out the best we can. We didn't create anything anywhere near enough in that second half, and we managed to see out the game 3-2. Like I say, it's a relief more than anything else. It's 3 points. I don't care how we get the 3 points as long as we're winning games. That's all that matters. If you win ugly, but you get the 3 points, again, it's what you want in order to stay in this league. You know, I'd rather take winning ugly than playing fancy and losing the game, because that second half we really had to, test our mettle to see if we can defend, to see if we can really, see out the game. And the lads were, professional to a man, and that's what you've got to be, in this league, professional. And with the points now, that's 25 points, 11 points clear of Fulham, and it's looking good. But with the 2 big games coming up in Chelsea and Manchester United today, it was important that we put the wrongs right from Crystal Palace and managed to claim all 3 points. I'll take it, and we've now got to rest and go again next Monday against Chelsea and look to try and cause another upset if we can. But the way we're playing at this moment in time, the 4-3-3 diamond with ASM and Almiron, Fraser, Callum Wilson, it's looking good, but we're missing some of our better players, and it's going to be a real worry now. Where do we go from here with these injuries? And fingers crossed we can put a team out against Chelsea. But nevertheless, 3 points is 3 points. I'll take it. There will be some Southampton fans watching this saying, that you were unlucky. You were second half. You were by far the better side. I take nothing away, from your performance. You just didn't put the ball in the back of the net. Well, you put one in, but you didn't get that all-important third goal, which would have got you that draw, which is on the balance of the game you deserved. But listen, I'll take that win. I really will take it, and we'll move on. But if you enjoyed the review, make sure that you hit the like button, turn on your notification bell so you never miss any videos from myself. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Put your comments down below. Who was your man of the match? I'm going to go with Almiron, scoring 2 goals. Willock, you could say as well on his debut, but I think Almiron, he killed off the game with a 3-1 advantage. But yeah, all in all, a good, solid performance, especially in the first half. Second half, we need to work on the game a bit better when we go down to nine men. But Jeff Hendrick nearly cost us the game, but we did enough to get the 3 points in the end. So thank you so much for watching. Keep yourselves safe out there. Have a nice weekend. The Toon have finally got 3 points at home, and we can go and celebrate. See you all later. How are the lads?